Let's talk about an AI agent in Gmail, specifically what they are and how to use them. So, an agent is essentially automation that's powered by AI. So, you can create an agent in minutes inside of Gmail that will automate everyday workflows that you typically use, from simple tasks like labeling a specific email with action items to complex processes with no coding required. It's super easy and will save you a ton of time. So, inside Gmail, you'll actually find a lot of pre-made templates, or you can create your own, which makes getting started really, really quick and easy. So let me show you how this works. So here I am in Gmail, and to create an agent, you'll actually use Google Workspace Studio. And so this is built right into Gmail, and to access it, you're going to navigate to the top bar right up here, and right by the settings gear is this icon right here, and this is the Google Workspace Studio. So once I click on that, this little menu will pop out. So you can navigate by these tabs here. So Discover is where you'll find templates and pre-made agents that you can create and edit. And then My Flows are the ones that I have actually set up already and that are active and working. And then Activity is where you will go to see the activity when the flows are actually set up. So to get started, I'm going to go back to the Discover tab. And you can see right here, there's quite a few. There's one, notify me about emails from key people, which is really helpful. Label emails with action items, another great one. Notify me about urgent emails, auto add email attachments to Drive, which is super helpful. And so I'm going to select View More. So that's going to bring me right over to the Google Workspace Studio, and you'll find a few more templates already here underneath email boosters. And then you'll also find some for meetings and then tasks and action items. So you can kind of look through all of these templates, but then you can also create your own by going to this plus button right here and starting from scratch. So especially when you're just getting started, I think it's really easy to start with one of these that's already been created and build off of that and edit that rather than create one from scratch. So I'm going to kind of dive deeper into this. So I'm going to select one right here just so you can see how this works. So I'm going to select notify me about emails from key people. So I'm going to click on that. So you can see how there's this pre-made workflow for me, and all I have to do is kind of fill it in with specific details. So because I want to be notified when a specific person emails me, I need to add in an email address right here. Okay, so I added in that email address right there. And then you can also put in has the word. So if you want it to notify me about a specific email from this person about a specific topic, you can add that detail in here. One specific thing that you need to note is attachments are not searched. And I don't want to limit it to just a specific word. I want all of the emails from this person to be flagged. So I'm going to leave that one blank. Okay, so for step 2, in this workflow, it's going to be summarizing the email. So it's using Gemini, which is Google's AI tool, to scan the email and summarize it for me. So you can change what you want it to summarize. You can do email, content of a doc, meeting notes, insights from a spreadsheet, content from previous steps. I want to keep it on the email because that's what I want summarized. And then here are the additional instructions for Gemini that they've already added here for me, which I think are great, but you could go through and you could change the instructions here. I'm just going to highlight a couple of them here. So number 2, it says for the email, extract and categorize all key requests, action items, or updates under the following bolded headings. So it's organizing the content in the email once it summarizes it into these 3 headings. And I could come in here and change these. If I don't want personal updates, I could completely delete that or change that to something else, which is really helpful. Each extracted item should be a concise single bullet point. Again, very helpful to keep this very short and succinct because the whole goal is to save time. So again, you can come in here and make any changes that you want once you read through that and add anything specific to your own situation. And so once this is good to go, I'm going to select step 3, which is notify me in chat. So this is going to notify me in chat once I receive an email from the specific person that I identified in step 1. So you can see that it's pulling that in. You got an email from whoever the person is that you added to step 1. And then right here, it's going to be pulling in all those details from that summary. So it'll pull it all into the message. So I can see that I have an email from them. I can see a quick summary of what is included in that email. And then I can go in there and specifically respond to that email. You can come in here, you can add further steps if you would like, but you can test run this, or you could just simply turn this on and then it will start working right away. So when that specific person emails you, you will get a notification in chat with all these details. So really, really helpful and can save you a ton of time, especially when it just summarizes the email for you. So let's take a look at another one. We're going to dive into the label emails with action items. So really quickly, a label is something that you create inside of Gmail that can kind of help segment your emails. So if I have a specific email come in, I can attach a label to it, and you can see all my different labels on the left-hand side right here. And then it will be added to all the different conversations within that email thread. And then if I click on a specific label, all of those emails that I have tagged with that label will be categorized there. So again, I'm going to start with step one, and now I need to specify who the email is coming from and add any keywords here that will trigger this workflow to then label the email with action items. So I'm going to type in the words right here, invoice. So whenever it says invoice from this specific sender, then I want it to trigger this workflow. So move on to step two. So the second step is using Gemini to report if my conditions are true or false in that email. So you can see the prompt here. It says, does this email include action items for me? An action item is a direct question, a request for deliverable, or a required review/approval. Exclude all the following: automated system notifications and calendar invites, announcements, newsletters, and marketing emails, thank you, or purely informational notes, and FYI. So I can come in here and I can customize this again. I can add in any other details that I feel like are necessary. I feel like this prompt is pretty good as it is. And so I'm going to move on to step three. So now this third step is building off of that prompt that I just showed you. So it's checking that if this step, number two, so the prompt that we just put in there is true, then it's going to trigger this workflow. So that's good to go. So I'm not going to change this at all. I'm going to move on to step four to add labels. And you can see that there's some AI powered labels here, which are really helpful. I typically only stick to the labels that I have created. So it's pulling in my list here, which is really, really helpful. And then I want it to use this invoices label that I already have created, because that's what will help me know that I need to send an invoice to somebody if it's tagged with that. So I'm going to make sure that's checked. And then if you need a label that's not already on your list or that's not popping up in the AI generated ones, you can add a new label right here. You can also select multiple labels and have multiple labels added to an email if that's necessary for you. I just need the one. So once I'm good to go, I can add another sub-step if I need to, or add another step right here. I don't need to, I'm good to go. So again, you can test run this or turn this on and this will start working immediately. So when I receive an email from a specific person with the specific keyword of invoice, and again, those parameters are set right here on step two. So I have my prompt in there for Gemini so it knows what to exclude and what to look for. And if those conditions are met, then my label will automatically be added to that email. So I just showed you how to set up a couple of agents inside of Gmail. And obviously you can create so many more across different Google Workspace apps, but hopefully this gives you a feel for how this works and how much time this can truly save you. So just these two alone, I can come to my inbox and be more productive and efficient with my time, and can be on top of important emails that I need to respond to, and can see specific to-dos with just a glance inside my inbox. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully you'll test out some AI agents inside of your Gmail.